Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. Man, I kind of miss desperate Nintendo. I mean, listen, don't get it twisted. Nintendo's still doing better than Sony No Games or whatever the Falk Microsoft is doing. This whole Switch 2 situation has really been a punch in the gut to those of us who are invested in gaming as a hobby. I hear some people are trying to say it's more good than bad, but man, I just can't agree. I mean, dude, $80 for a digital loan on Mario Kart Ubisoft Edition? I hear a lot of people laud the fact that it's open world like it's a good thing, but I gotta ask how driving through minutes of lower quality, less carefully constructed map space between playing the actual good part of the game is in any way an upgrade. I get to pay 30% more for a game that's half-wasted space with fewer tracks than the last game? Sign me up! Don't worry though, we also have Hyrule Warriors 3. I am sure this will be an experience unlike anything else you'll be able to get anywhere else. If that wasn't enough for you, how about that paid user's manual? Dude, how is this real life? Okay, seriously though, what else do they got? And listen, maybe I'm just out of touch, but Donkey Kong Odyssey and Bloodbourne 2 Fortnite Edition are not exactly doing much for me in terms of excitement in this lineup. There is still hope, however. Sakurai's been working on something for the new console. What could it be? A Kid Icarus sequel using the new mouse mode? A Smash Bros. Reboot with actual single-player content? Heck, even a 3D Kirby sequel with more fleshed-out gameplay would be amazing in the... Yes. This console is not just one lame kart racer, but two. Nintendo, you do know that you own F-Zero, right? No, apparently you do. Listen, the Switch's first year had Breath of the Wild, a game that revolutionized the entire series, created its own genre, and is still getting copycats made to this day. It had Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the best-selling game in the series, by nearly double second place. I mean, yeah, it's an enhanced port, but the Switch gave this game a chance to actually be played. It was like new to most of us. Splatoon 2 was a hot new IP saved from a dying system and solidified as a series that can stand toe-to-toe with Nintendo greats. Bayonetta 2 may be a poor man's DMC, but it's worth mentioning that the Switch saved the sequel and the series as a whole from death by Wii U as well. And Xenoblade Chronicles 2, my beloved. This is the game that put Monolith Soft on the map, ensured their ability to keep making masterpieces for the rest of the console's life. This game is floating somewhere in my top 3 of all time. It came out as an exclusive for the Switch right off the bat. And all of that was in the first year of the Switch releasing. Can you imagine the Switch 1 being a success if it raised the price of games by 30% and giving us nothing but Donkey Kong Country Returns 3 and Mario Kart with 70 fewer courses than the last one that everyone already owns? Inti Creates Games and 5 million other indies came out swinging at the start of the Switch's lifestyle. The good Assassin's Creed games were also there before they went to crap, and they were littering that thing. Resident Evil was even pumping out new AA titles for the weaker hardware, while also porting classics. All of these games were given new life by being portable. That just wasn't something you had as an average consumer in 2017. You could throw older classics on this thing and it was genuinely a revolutionary experience at very little cost. But it's not 2017 anymore. The Steam Deck and other portable PCs have revolutionized the handheld gaming space. I can get any multi-plat game at a fraction of the price, usually at higher fidelity, with modding support, the ability to play it on separate, better hardware like a desktop without having to buy it again. In fact, because of the Steam Family Plan, most of my family won't need to buy said game either. The sharing is so good that I could have any of my family play the game all the way through based on my purchase. The value to money proposition is insane. I've seen people say online that Nintendo's brand recognition and momentum will carry them through, that the Steam Deck isn't a real threat because Grammy can walk into any store and buy the latest Nintendo, and she still calls the Steam Deck that bulky Game Boy. And you know what? Yeah, that probably is true, actually. Consumer ignorance and apathy may lead the worst product to win. I mean, just look at Apple and the iPhone. Like, That's not something we should be proud of. My team will win the console wars because they used to be good and the average consumer can't be bothered to research if that's still the case. Ha ha ha. Like, okay, you do you, but why are they even your team? I like Nintendo because they make gaming experiences unlike anyone else in the market. Or, at least they have up until now. I've completed only 3 games released between 2025 and 2020 that I consider legendary, meaning they meant something to me. From 2019 to 2016, there were 15. I understand that older games have had more time and opportunity to be played, but surely it doesn't explain a ratio this dire. As best I could tell, games as a whole are getting worse. For me, Nintendo's been one of the last bastions of quality left, but this news cycle seems to indicate that that just isn't going to be the case anymore. I don't know. I don't have a strong call to action other than don't celebrate what looks like the fall of the last great titan of the industry. And then again, this would be like the 4th time Nintendo shot themselves in the foot before managing to make a comeback. Maybe I'll see you all in a decade when their games are good again. I don't know. Seems like as good a time as any to go clean up my backlog. I'm Dallen. God bless.